everybody, this week on ANN News Kids, we'll be talking about the Canada heatwave, Japan mudslide, Jeff Bezos' selection of who's going to go to space with him, and the Canada wildfires. The country of the week is Jamaica, and Ritisha was the first to guess it. Congratulations to her. Don't forget to write your comments in the comments below, and the Guess the Country segment will come just after the teaser and the Country of the Week segment. The extra fun segment is all about Doctor's Day, which was on 1st July. And in the Spiritual Career segment, we are talking to Tino Elgner, who is the head of admissions at Africa Leadership University in Mauritius. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year, and hopefully we can get to 215 subscribers in this video. Thank you so much to all those who have subscribed, shared, liked, and commented, and to those who haven't yet, don't forget to do so. Thank you. On Tuesday, there was a horrible heat wave in Canada near its capital, Vancouver. There was a new record high temperature of 49.6 degrees Celsius. Canadians are not used to this temperature because usually it's cold, and even their houses have heaters and carpets, as it's not made for this kind of heat. This is a result of global warming, and now there are many natural disasters all around the world because of climate change. The last record was 45 degrees, so it's a big record changer, and this time more than 700 people died due to this heat wave. On Saturday, 3rd July, there was a horrible mudslide in Atami City in Japan. Lots of mud plummeted down a hill leading to the city, destroying many houses and submerging them too. At least 20 people are missing, and the Prime Minister of Japan organized an emergency team to search for those missing people. This is a disaster for Japan, and for the past few days, in Atami City and its neighboring cities as well, they have been experiencing heavy rainfall. Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon, chose Wally Funk, an 82-year-old woman, to accompany him, his brother, and a mystery person who paid $28 million in an auction to go to space. It has been her lifelong dream to do so, and 60 years ago, she even trained in NASA to go to space, but her mission was cancelled. She will be the oldest person to ever go into space, and she's also a pilot who has taught 3,000 people how to fly. Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon, will step down as the CEO on July 5th. In Lytton, Canada, residents were forced to evacuate due to wildfires. This is a result of the extreme heat wave earlier, and also because of the 71 kilometers per hour wind. The police have recorded more than 130 wildfires, and they're trying to contain them. It's quite a bad situation, and it looks like for Canada, the rest of the summer will be a challenge.
So could you start by introducing yourself?
Yes, so my name is Tino Elgner. I am originally from Germany, but I have been lucky enough to actually live a little bit in the States, in Spain, in Italy, and now I am currently living in Mauritius with my wife Alicia, and I am the Director of Admissions for the African Leadership University here in Mauritius and Rwanda.
Wow, that's really nice. We caught that one, so don't worry.
Thank you so much. And could you explain what you do in your profession a little bit more?
Yes, so I have been in the higher education industry for about 10 years, always in admissions, and usually what you do admissions, you try that they admit into in their programs, while also helping students to figure out if the university that they are applying for is actually the right one for them, based on what they can do in regards to learning methodology and things like that. And that's basically what my team and I do together.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. And what brought you into this sector, higher education, as you mentioned before?
That's a very good question. My mom and my grandmother is actually a teacher. So after I did my master's studies, I actually heard the calling for higher education, and then started at a business school in Spain, and have been in admissions, so to speak, ever since.
That's okay. Wow, that's cool.
That's fascinating. Thank you. And what do you enjoy the most about your profession?
That's another great question. I think that I have the opportunity to actually be in touch with a lot of young people who can help me understand the world much better. And I think by working in higher education, you always have a chance to also impact someone's life. And as such, it's a rewarding experience when maybe the graduates come back and we have a chat, and I'm able to see their growth. I'm able to see what they're doing. And I think that is what I enjoy the most, seeing the students that we admit actually grow and, reach for the stars.
Wow,
that's amazing.
And how do you think this higher education is changing now?
Oh, higher education is changing a lot, and it's becoming more and more digitized in this regard, more and more global, more and more diverse, so that higher education institutions need to start to think a little bit about how they stay relevant in regards to how we teach, who we teach, when we teach, asking us questions if, for example, a 4-year degree is still what is relevant or the right way of teaching in the years to come. So there's a lot of things changing that will be very different even in 10 years' time than what they're looking right now.
Wow.
Wow, yeah, it is changing quite a bit. And since the COVID pandemic, there have been a lot of digital and online classes.
Correct.
What is your advice to kids?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think when I try to connect this to maybe higher education or education in general, given that the world is changing much more rapidly than it has ever changed, I think it's very, very important that children at any age, but specifically before they enter higher education like university, that they really ask themselves, what is it that I really want to do, so to speak, with my life? And I know this sounds very broad, but I think it goes back to the question, what makes me happy? What are my strengths? What do I enjoy doing? So that, higher education or university studies really become the vehicle for growth towards someone's career or someone's way of life, someone's happiness. And, you just don't pick a major because you didn't know what to do. And I feel like that is very, very important. And the earlier one can do that and, self-reflect. And I know this is a tough word in this regard, but to self-reflect a little bit, then I thought what is to come.
Wow, thank you.
And one more question.
Please.
Other than becoming
whatever you want.
Okay. And other than becoming more digitalized, how did COVID affect, how did it affect this industry, especially education, higher, lower, everything?
I think it has affected students as much as it has affected teachers, because learning in an online environment is very, very different. And teaching in an online environment is very, very different as well. You get distracted. Learning in front of a computer is very different as well. You're missing your friends. The social interaction is very, very, is changed. And I think teachers, as much as students, had to really get used to this maybe new normal. And I think a couple, needed some time to really, adjust. But as such, I think the struggle or the experience, the growth experience has been mutual. And I believe will change higher education for the better, so that teaching methodologies become more and more blended, so that maybe if you like, you can choose at some point to take a class in person, to maybe take a class online, to take a class whenever you think you are best prepared to actually learn. And I think that will be a great consequence of this pandemic.
Wow, thank you. That's a different side to it.
Thank you so much.
No, I mean, thank you guys as well for having me. You're doing an amazing job. I congratulate you for your initiative here, and I wish you all the best with the rest of the interviews.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Goodbye.
You too.
You too. Bye-bye.
Jamaïque est un pays d'Amérique du Nord. Sa capitale est Kingston et sa population est de 3 millions d'habitants. C'est connu pour ses rivières, cascades, beauté naturelle et ses rhumes. Quelques des plus rapides sprinteurs du monde viennent de Jamaïque, comme Usain Bolt. Il a une histoire intéressante des pirates. Port Royal, une ville de Jamaïque, était l'un des plus dangereux villes du monde à cause des pirates. C'était le premier pays tropical du monde d'envoyer une équipe de bobsleigh à l'Olympique d'hiver. La série de James Bond, une série mystère très populaire, était écrite en Jamaïque par Ian Fleming. On July 1st, it was Doctors' Day. Doctors' Day is a day to remember and thank all doctors for their selfless work around the world. It was first celebrated in memory of Dr. Bidhan Chandra Roy, who died on his 80th birthday, which was on July 1st. He was the former chief of Bengal in India, and he was known for his noble services.